Okay, so as y'all all know, my most popularist video on this channel is the R. Kelly Trapped in the Closet reaction. Now, in my comments, y'all was telling me y'all wish that I could just like turn my face cam off or just not talk as much, which brings me to the idea of today of just re-uploading the video, but just making sure I change the editing format of it with my face just not even being on the screen. I know this is not the typical video for anybody else that watch my everyday videos, but mainly this is just a business decision. My first reaction to the R. Kelly video got 304,000 views, and it didn't even get like monetized all the way. It got yellow marks. So I went in and edited all the cuss words out, bleeped out all them holding guns. I went and edited all that out so it can be advertiser friendly. So hopefully this video get a lot of views. Last thing before we get into this full Trapped in the Closet series, y'all gotta understand, treat this like a bootleg, because all I did was screen recorded my video that I already recorded before, like with my reactions and stuff in there, but there's no pausing or anything like that. So if you don't know, I have to strategically edit this video like it's a reaction or to get took down. But for the people that's been begging for the full Trapped in the Closet series to be on YouTube, here you go, bro. Just make sure y'all like this video, subscribe, comment down below if y'all enjoyed it or not, and let's get right into the movie.
7 o'clock in the morning and the rays from the sun wakes me. I'm stretching and yawning in a bed that don't belong to me. Then a voice yells, "Good morning, darling," from the bathroom. Then she comes out and kisses me, and to my surprise, she ain't you. Now I've got this dumb look on my face, like what have I done? How could I be so stupid to be have laid here till the morning sun? Lost the track of time. Oh, what was on my mind? From the club went to a home. Didn't plan to stay that long. Here I am quickly trying to put on my clothes, searching for my car keys, trying to get on up out the door. Then she stretched her hands in front of it, said, "You can't go this way." Looked at her like she was crazy. Said, "Woman, move out my way." I said, "I got a wife at home." She said, "Please don't go out there. Lady, I've got to get home." She said her husband was coming up the stairs.
Whoa, husband coming up the stairs.
Hurry up and get in the closet. She said, "Don't you make a sound, or it is going down." I said, "Why don't I just go out the window?" Yes, except for one thing, we on the 5th floor. Think, quick, put me in the closet. And now I'm in this darkest closet trying to figure out just how I'm gonna get my crazy about this house. Then he walks in and yells, "I'm home." He says, "Honey, I'm in the room." He walks in there with a smile on his face, saying, "Honey, I've been missing you." She hops all over him and says, "I've cooked and ran your bath water."
Bro, women are nasty.
This girl so good that she deserves an Oscar. Throws her in the bed and starts snatching her clothes off. I'm in the closet like, man, what the
women are
going
nasty.
on? Not gonna believe it, but things get deeper as the story goes on. Next thing you know, a call comes through on my cell phone. I tried my best to quickly put it on vibrate, but from the way he acted, I could tell it was too late. He hopped up and said, "There's a mystery going on and I'm gonna solve it." And I'm like, "God, please don't let this man
come in this closet."
He walks in the bathroom and looks behind the door. She says, "Baby, come back to bed." He says,
"Bro,
say no more." He pulls back the shower curtain while she's biting her nails. Then he walks back to the room. Right now I'm sweating like, checks under the bed, then opens the dresser. He looks at the closet. I pull out my Beretta. He walks up to the closet, get closer to the closet. Now he's at the closet. Now he's opening the closet.
Oh my goodness, he caught. What do you do in that situation? Then the background.
Well, now he's staring at me like as if he was staring in the mirror. She yells, honey, let me explain. He says, you don't have to go no further. I can clearly see what's going on behind my back, in my bed, in my home. Then I said, wait a minute now, hold on. I said, mister, we can work this out. She said, honey, don't lose control. I tried to get him to calm down. He said, I should have known that you would go and do some bogus in my house. But the Christian in me gave you the benefit of the doubt. I said,
That's
we need
crazy.
to resolve this. Then he stepped to me, I'm like, whoa, there's a reason I'm in this closet. He says, yeah, what are you talking close? I met this girl at the Pages Club and she told me she didn't have a man. Then he said, man, please, I you if you didn't have that gun in your hand. And then I said, but your chick chose me. He said, don't give me that Mac, please. His phone goes off and then things get a little more interesting. He steps a little closer. I point my gun and says, I'm not the one you after. He says, some, I bet you didn't know my man. Did she tell you that I was a pastor?
Wow.
I said, well, good, that's better, right? Why can't we handle this Christian life? And I started to put the gun down till I saw his face still had that frown. She started crying,
Still
saying,
have that
baby,
frown.
I'm sorry. Then he said, baby, not as sorry as you're gonna be. I started inching out. He says, no, I want you to see this. Said, I gotta get out this house and not tell her, reveal my secret. I'm like, what is going on inside his head? Then he takes his phone and calls somebody up and says, hello, baby, turn the car around. Listen, I just need for you to get right back here now. Click. He looks at me and says, well, since we're all coming out the closet, I'm not about to be the only one that's broken hearted. And she said, what do you mean? And he said, just wait and see. I said, somebody better talk to me. And then his phone rings. He picks up and somebody says, sweetheart, I'm downstairs. And he's like, I'll buzz you up. I'm on the 5th floor, hurry, take the stairs. And I'm like, who is this mystery lady you're talking to? He says, in time you both will know the shocking truth. Baby, this is something I've been wanting to get on my chest for a long, long time. Then I said, I'ma shoot you both if you don't say what's on your mind. He said, wait, I hear somebody coming up the stairs. And I'm looking at the door. He says, I think you better sit down in a chair. I says, I'm gonna count to 4. 1. He says, Mr. Wade. 2. She says, please don't shoot. 3. He says, don't shoot me. 4. She screams. Then I knock on the door. The gun's in my hand. He opens the door. I can't believe it's a man.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh my goodness. You better not be finna say what I think you finna say.
Well, here we are, the 4 of us, in total shock, me and her. I close my mouth and swallow spit, as I'm thinking to myself, this is some deep. Then I said, so you're gonna tell me he's the one you've been talking to? He says, yes. I says, no. He says, yes. I says, no. He says, it's the truth. I yell, all of y'all is crazy. Let me up out this door, because this is way more than I bargained for. And then she says, wait, I'm sure we can all fix this. And then I said, I'm late, plus I ain't got a thing to do with this. And then she said, but wouldn't you like to know just how it all began? Then I thought to myself and said, quick, you got 3 minutes. And then it got real quiet. I said, somebody start talking. Then she said, my God, Rufus, I've got just one question. How could you do something like this? I'm so hurt. Then he looked at her and said, please, you've got your nerves. with all your club hopping, lying saying you were shopping, and now here you are in our home, and you're calling me wrong. She said, okay, you busted me, and that much I agree. You've caught me cheating, but this is a little extreme. He said you are my wife, sleeping behind my back, and now I come home and you got him in the closet. How extreme is that? She says, but she's a he. Then he said, please, you can't judge me. She says, Rufus, this is crazy. Then I said, stop arguing. I did not stay here to hear y'all chew each other out. So get to the point, or I swear I'm out. Excuse me, please, but I think I can explain what's going on in here. My name is Chuck, and I've been knowing Rufus about a year. And their night creeping around with him has been a living hell. Sneaking in and out of hotels, I said, brother, spare me the details. Then Rufus said, Chuck, please, don't say nothing else. And then she screams, Rufus, you son of a... And he says, Kathy, go. I said, I thought your name was Mary. It's what you said at the party. Man, this is getting scary. I'm gonna shoot somebody. Then Rufus started yelling and screaming, saying, Kathy, this is all your fault. She throws a pillow at him and says you was creeping too. The only difference is you didn't get caught. Chuck screamed,
what I just said.
Kathy says, love my Rufus said it getting married. Then I shoot one in the air. Then I say, another one of you sons. Say a word, 'cause all of this I'm going through is unheard. Grab my cellular, saying this is so wrong. Call up my home, and a man picks up my phone.
Man. Now let's see what happens when he go home. After we just escaped this situation.
Now I'm dashing home, doing 85, swerving lane to lane, with fire in my eyes. I've got a million thoughts going through my mind. I'm thinking about what am I doing, who I'm gonna do it to when I get home. How could I have been so blind? And then I look in my rear view. I cannot believe this. Ooh. Here comes a policeman. He drove right up on me, then flashed his lights. Then I pulled over without thinking twice. He hops out the car and walks over to me and says, license and registration, please. I looked up at him and said, officer, is there something wrong? He said, no, except you're doing 60 in the 40 mile zone. And then I said, officer, let me explain, please. You see, the truth of the matter is that I've got an emergency. He said, no excuses and no exceptions. He flicks his cigarette and then gives me the ticket. Said, have a nice day, and walked away. I said, yeah, right, and drove away. And then I turned my radio on and did 55 all the way home. I pulled up in the driveway, hopped out and slammed the car door. Then go around the back, bust up in the house.
Why is this so funny? But he's serious, but I don't know.
Pull back the shower door, and she's screaming, what's all that for? Wow. And I'm like, woman, I called this house, and a man picked up my phone. And she says, calm down, did you forget my brother Twan came home? Oh. And that's all I could say was, oh. With a stupid look on my face. Said I forgot he came home today. And she says that's okay, because honey, I understand. She said you don't have to explain. And then I took her by the hand. I kissed her and then we went to the room. And then I turned some music on. Apologized one more time. Then went down and started getting it on. And she started biting
this
her
dude
lips,
is an animal. You just left from doing something.
Now we're making love and she's in my ear whispering, it's all yours. I said, animal. I love you. And she said, I love you too. And a tear fell up out my eye. And then I called her my sunshine. And then she looked at me and said, baby, go deeper, please. And that's when I started going crazy, like I was trying to give her, baby. The room felt like it's spinning. Cause we keep turning and turning, as if we were in a whirlwind. The way our toes are curling. Then next thing you know, she started going real wild and screaming my name. And then I said, baby, we must slow down before I bust a vessel in my brain. She said, please, no, don't stop. And I said, I caught a crab. Then she said, please keep on going. I said, my leg is about to crack. Then she cries out, oh my goodness, I'm about to climax. And I say, cool, climax, but just let go of my leg. And she said, you're the perfect lover. I said, I can't go no further. Then I sit back to cover. Oh my God, a rubber.
Dude, what? It's like one thing leading up to another. Oh my goodness, I'm catching chills. It's that music.
And now I'm like, well, what is this? A condom in my bed? You better start talking before I take a match and burn this down. I said you better start talking and start talking right now. Then she said, baby, I'm so speechless. Then I said, my baby, you gon' be breathless if you don't start talking quick. Woman, I'm gon' have a fit. You don't know what you're with. Girl, you better cut the bull. Now it's obvious somebody has been all up in my home, in my bed. And plus I smell cigarettes. Now I'm sniffing and looking around, suspicious like someone's here. And then I looked in her eyes, and in her eyes there was so much fear. Pull out my gun, said, is he still here? She shook her head and said, no, I'm checking behind every door. She cried out, he left right after you called. I said, what was you thinking?
Wow.
Thought that I wouldn't find this out. And then I said, you must be crazy, your own crack to have somebody off up in my house. She hopped up and said, that's enough. She said, I can't take no more. And then she said, you've made your points, but now it's time to even the score. She said, I know all about
Even
last
the
night
score.
and where you went when you left the club. Said, that's right, I was there with this guy in the back of the club. I said, I thought you was with your girls. She said, I thought you was with your guys. She said, you was at that house, and don't you even try to act surprised. I say, bass, she say, shut up. Don't you say a word. It ain't nothing you can say that I ain't already heard. Then I said, woman, don't you try to turn it all around. Cause the fact still remains that someone else was in my house. And she said, you're right about that. Something did go down. But I don't have to turn it around, cause what goes around comes back around. I'm moving a little closer to her. She's tripping over the furniture. She said, wait, first just let me explain. I said, no need to, just give me his name. And then she says, I say, what? She says, please sit down in the chair, and I say, no, I'm standing up. And then she cries out, I'm so scared to tell you because of what you might do. And I scream, look, girl, you better give me this man's name, and I'm not playing with you. She says, okay, wipes her nose, and then asks me about a girl named Tina. I thought to myself, said it sounds familiar, then said I probably know her if I seen her. Then I said, anyway, girl, what the has that got to do with this man? She said, he know my girl Roxanne. I said, who the is Roxanne? Did she say Roxanne's a friend of mine? Who knew this guy named Chuck? Chuck's cool with this guy named Rufus. And I'm sitting there like, what the Then she says, Rufus, wife Kathy, we both went to high school. She introduced me to the policeman that stopped you.
What?
Believe it or not, I just started laughing, shaking my head, and just kept on laughing, thinking about all the things I had been through that day. Then she cries, what? Why do you have that smile upon your face? Then I laughed out, said, thinking about all the things that I've been through. She wipes her nose and she sniggles, then laughs out, I've been through it too. Then I start laughing again, and she start laughing more. Then next thing you know, we both are cracking up on the floor. And she laughs out, I can't believe this idiot really answered my phone. Now meanwhile, Twan just got out of prison and he's on his way home. Then she yells, baby, I'm sorry for all the lies and all the bull. Then I say, girl, just wait till I tell you all the drama that I've been dealing with. She laughs, I wanna hear it all. Then I laughed and said, baby, first of all, I got a hangover, been trapped in the closet, slept with who knows, threatening to ask her. She says, what? Baby, this is no lie. He had a lover, turns out to be a guy. She says, you've been through a lot of shit, cause I got a ticket. Meanwhile, the policeman, he turns around, just out of concern, comes back to the house. Then he pulls up in the driveway. My car's parked crooked with the lights on. Then he goes around the back way. He hear the dogs barking like something's wrong. He gets to the back door and discovers it's been broken in. He looks around, pulls his gun out, then proceeds in. Meanwhile, we're laughing and laughing and laughing, but from his perspective, he thinks somebody's crying. He gets closer to the bedroom and he would swear that somebody was coughing and sighing. Meanwhile, we're in the bedroom laughing as I'm trying to continue to explain. She yells out, Sylvester, you kidding me? Said I swear that it went that way. Then next thing you know, he busts up in the room and said, freeze. And then I looked back up at him and said, wait, you're that police. Then she screamed, baby, I mean James. She says everything is cool. And then he yells, Gwendolyn, I got this. I know you're sick and tired of this fool. And then I stood up, started walking towards him, screaming out my house. Then he yelled, freeze. She screamed, please. And I pulled my Beretta out. She cried out, Sylvester, please don't. Visions of him making love to her. He said, man, put the gun on the floor. I can't stop thinking about him and her. I slowly put the gun down. And then I put my hands up. He winked at me and smiled. And that is when I went nuts. Hopped all over him, grabbed the gun. She screaming, settle down. Going all around the room, both hands on the gun. Then all of a sudden, pow.
Oh my goodness. I'm hooked, bro. Like, I'm hooked.
There's total
Who got shot?
silence, blood everywhere, and confusion on their faces as they continue to stare. Then Gwen starts shaking and crying, screaming, what did you do? And then the policeman looks at me and screams, see, now I warned you. Then he starts pacing the floor,
Who got
screaming,
shot?
God, what have we done here? Then she rushed to the door, blood on her hands, screaming, there goes your whole career. Meanwhile, I'm freaking out, saying we gotta do something and gotta do something quick. Then he picks up the gun and says, I have a wife at home, I can't have no parts of this. She says, James, I can't believe you just said what you said, 'cause that's not what you were saying when you was in my bed. Then I said, get married later, but right now we gotta use our heads. First of all, did anybody think to check if the man was alive or dead? Then he looks at her, she looks at me, I look at them and we look at him. Meanwhile, Gwen's about to have a nervous breakdown, the way she's shaking and crying. And then she screams, you bastards, you've killed my brother. And then I said, Gwen, wait a minute, I didn't. She says, no, you killed my brother. She said he just got out of prison. He's been through a lot. He was talking about changing his life and everything, and to come home and get shot. Then I said, baby, it wasn't my fault. This man had a gun on me. And besides, how was I to know that you was getting down with this crooked police? And he says, now wait a minute. I say, no, you wait a minute. And then I say, man, this is my wife. We had a life until you butted up in it. She cried out, Sylvester, now hold on. Even though he was in our home, let's not forget the fact that you was out there creeping in another man's home. Twan starts coughing. She says, Twan, oh my God, baby brother, are you okay? And he looks up at her and says, I'm not gonna die, at least not today. And then he asks what happened, sis, why did I get shot? Sylvester, what is this policeman doing here? And I said, go on, tell him, cop. He says, son, we gotta get you to a hospital and take a look at that wound. Twan says, no, I'm okay, it's just my shoulder. All I need is a bathroom. Now 5 minutes has gone by and they're telling Twan everything that happened. Twan says, man, I would have been better off in prison. And now somebody's banging at the door. And I'm like, oh no, here we go again. Thinking out loud to myself, saying, Then Gwendolyn looks at me and says, baby, you got that? And I say no. She says, why? And I said, because I'm not opening up another mother door. And the cop says, Gwen, I get it. Then looks at me and say, man of the house, my say, I'll get it. But whoever it is, I'm about to put that on blast. And then the policeman grabbed me, I snatched away and got my gun up off the floor. Then Twan says, now that's what I'm talking about, cause that's the point that toward the door. Then he snatches the policeman's gun and says, officer, arrest me later. I count to 3, Twan open the door and it's Rose the nosy neighbor. You with a spatula in her hand.
R. Kelly is the GOAT, bro.
Like that's
Oh
gonna
my
do something
goodness.
against them guns.
Rose the nosy
It's
neighbor.
Rosie the nosy neighbor.
That man is a GOAT, bro.
The policeman gets in his car and gets right on the phone, backing up, shaking his head, saying, let me get my crazy home. And his wife picks up and says, darling, where have you been? I've been worried about you. And he says, police business, honey, I can't wait to tell you what I've been going through. She says, are you okay? Yes. Do you need anything? No. Well, I baked you a pie, your favorite cherry. Then he said, I'll be there soon. Sorry I kept you hanging. Then she said, honey, don't worry about it, just take your time, I still got some cleaning. Now meanwhile, Mrs. Rosie's back at Gwen's house telling it all. She said, I knew it was something about that policeman. I started to cut loose my dog. Then Gwendolyn looks at her and laughs and says, Miss Rosie, you are nuts. Then I say, all I wanted to know is what was you gonna do with that spatula? And then we all laughed. Twan says she's a G, no doubt. Now let's head right back on over to the policeman's house. He pulls up in the garage. She didn't expect for him to come that soon. She rushed to the door, kissed him on the cheek, says I was in the restroom. Then he said, what you say that for? And then she says, I don't know. Then he stepped back, looked at her and says, what you all jittery for? Then she says, sweetheart, maybe it's that time of the month. Then he says, maybe that time of the month. And then she said, you know what I mean. He said, I know what came out your mouth. He said, you said maybe. Then she says, baby. He walks in the house and she tries to lead him upstairs, but he goes straight to the kitchen. She says, hon, I bought you some pears. And then he said, I'ma heat this chicken. And she turns around thinking to herself with this weird look on her face. Then he screams, woman, what's wrong with you? Why you walking back and forth, pacing? Before she answers, she's thinking to herself, what am I to say? Because the truth of the matter is that she just slept with another man today. And he steady calling her name. Bridget, I know you hear me, but she can't turn around because the truth on her face, he will see it. Then he screams, Bridget, yes, look at me. Bridget turns around and then he says, what you got up your sleeve? She's scared out of her mind, stuttering and shaking and still talking about some pears. He starts screaming, saying, look, woman, I done told you I'm not going up no stairs. Now he's got a funny feeling, something just don't seem right. He's looking at her while she's banging up. Then he says, with all my might, woman, I swear I'ma shoot somebody if you've been doing wrong. Does he know that somebody is still right there in his home? He looks around the kitchen and says something is really weird. And she says, why do you say that? He says, cause you keep trying to get me out of here. He said, ever since I've been in this house, your face has went from white to red. And remember when I first walked through the door, you act like you had seen a ghost from the dead. Then he says, girl, if you're hiding something, I'm gonna be so mad. Then he hears something falling. He says, what the was that? She said, it sounds like it came from upstairs. Sounds like the plumbing. He said, woman, that sound did not come from upstairs. I'll be if you're not up to something. Said, now the sound that I just heard, it came from this kitchen. And then he looks over by the stove while she's easing over by the dishes. And then he walks over to the refrigerator and pushes it back. And then he looks her in her face Looks like she's about to have a heart attack. Then he notices the pie on the counter. One slice is missing. Now the story's getting scary, cause he comes to realize that Bridget is allergic to cherries. Then he slowly looks up at her, and now her face is red as he's breathing real hard, moving closer. She says, "Huh, you don't look so well." And then he says, "Move." She says, "No." He says, "Move." She says, "No." Move. She moves. And then he looks at the cabinet. He walks to the cabinet. Get close to the cabinet. Now he's opening the cabinet. Now pause the movie, cause what I'm about to say to y'all is so twisted. Not only is there a man in his cabinet, but the man is a midget. Midget. Midget.
A midget?
Now the midget jumps out of the cabinet and stomps the policeman on his toe. The policeman's hopping around on one leg, screaming, "Son of a white," runs under the table. He yells, "Freeze," then dives over the table and lands on the midget. While the midget is kicking real fast, screaming out, "Bridget, Bridget." She yells, "Darling, don't hurt him." He says, "Bridget, get your back." Then he continues to rough up the midget as if the midget was under attack. Then Bridget runs up to a room, goes in a purse and pull a number out. The police puts him on the table and yells, "Man, what the doing in my house?" He wipes cherry pie crust off his mouth and says, "Man, I was paid not to tell you." Then the police pulls his gun out and yells, "Trespassing, man, I've got the right to shoot you." The midget says, "Mister, the man that paid me to do this would kill me if I tell." He points the gun in his face. The midget says, "God, I think I just on myself." Now it's Sylvester's house, so I got a patch on his shoulder playing cards, getting along. They're laughing and talking when Sylvester says, "Gwendolyn, baby, get the phone." Then she walks away from the table, picks it up and says, "Hello." There's a lady on the other line panicking, crying and talking all off the wall. She says, "Wait, slow down, tell me, who am I talking to?" "My name is Bridget and I found your number in my husband's pocket. I had to call you." 2 minutes later, Gwendolyn's shaking her head saying, "Girl, I understand." Sister says, "Who is it, baby?" She hangs up and gives him the address. Now meanwhile, back at the policeman's house, the midget is crying his ass off while he's lying through his teeth, about to get his little toe off. Then Bridget busts in the kitchen with a double barrel, saying, "James, I can't let you do this." And then he looks at her and says, "What? You shoot me for this midget?" She says, "I love him." The midget says, "No, Bridget." And then James points his gun, says, "We all gonna die up in this kitchen." Now Bridget and James are staring each other down, slowly backing apart. Then the midget takes his inhaler out, says, "This is not good for my heart." Then James says, "Bridget, don't make me do this. Baby, put the gun down." That's when Sylvester and Twan busts up in the house and says, "You put the gun down." Ooh, while Twan and Sylvester are sniffing around, trying to figure out what's that smell, as they turn and look at each other like, what the hell? Now the midget begins to wake up, cause he fainted from all the madness. See 3 guns pointed around the room. He stands and says, "I have nothing to do with this." Then I said, "Hold up, you look familiar. Do I know you from somewhere?" He said, "Man, I get around. You might know my face from here or there." Then James says, "Take a good look, cause you might not ever see his face again." Twan says, "Man, what the that smell? Somebody done broke wind." And then Bridget starts crying while she's looking around. I said, "I'm sure we can work this out, but first, let's put the guns down." Then Bridget cries, "James first." Then he said, "No, you go." Then I said, "Just do it at the same time." And they both looked at me and said, "No." And then Twan says, "Man, let me shoot them all." And I said, "We can't do that. And besides, man, you just got out of prison, and I'll be going back." And then Bridget says, "I will drop the gun if he promises not to hurt big man." Then James says, "That's what you call him? That's his name?" Big man. And Twan says, "Man, is that your name?" He says, "Yeah, we laugh, hot mess." Then I say, "Man, why they call you that?" And he says, "Because I'm blessed." Then I start shaking my head, put the gun down, saying, "This is too much for me." Said, "I can't take no more than hurt it all. about to drive me crazy. And then I said, man, I should have never took my to the Page's club. Then big man says, Page's, I've been there, that's probably where you know me from. Then James says, hey, Chuck and Rufus, let's get back to the matter at hand. And Sylvester says, cool, but first there's just this one thing I've got to understand. James says, what? Then Sylvester says, how do you know Chuck and Rufus? Police says, what you talking about, man? You said Chuck and Rufus. Then Bridget says, on my stomach. Then Twan says, who the Chuck and Rufus? Pointed my gun and said, talk to me, James. I said, Rufus, Chuck. Bridget said, I'm about to throw up. James says, man, my wife is sick. Twan says, man, don't believe that. I said, how did your wife get sick? He said, she's 3 months pregnant. And then we all said, oh, then Bridget says, honey, there's something I have to tell you. And then James says, no, baby, you don't have to say a word right now. Then she says, but James, he says, rest, Bridget, while I get these fools up out my house. Pointed the gun at us and yelled, please. Said, my wife is sick. Then Twan looks at me and said, mother crazy, watch where you point that. And Bridget says, James, no. Sylvester gets a phone call. Is Gwendolyn asking him, is everything okay? And he says, hey, no. He hangs up. Then big man screams, look, man, I'm just a stripper. I say a stripper. Twan say a midget. He said, I strip at this club called Dixie's. And that is where I met Bridget. Bridget says, James. He says, not now. She says, hon, please let me explain. Then Twan whispers in my ear and says, Sylvester, let me do this. James, big man overhears us and take his inhaler out again. I said, I'm not killing no cop. James moving closer to them with the gun. Bridget yelling, stop, stop, stop. And then she says, I admit it, I did it, I paid him. Then James cut her off and says, baby, you don't have to say nothing. She says, no, James, I think you need to hear this. See, I've been covering for you a long time. Never said what was on my mind. I even followed you a few times. And when I saw you with her, act like I was blind. Then James says, wait a minute, Bridget. Just what are you trying to tell me? Not only am I sleeping with big man, but he's my baby's daddy.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Ooh, I knew it. The midget thinks again.
I knew it.
What Twan and Sylvester is tripping. The midget's the baby.
Vocal range.
Daddy.
At that moment, I would have just left.
Woo.
I would have left. I would never even showed up.
Now let's jump back to Kathy's house. They're getting up off the floor. Then Rufus says, Chuck, are you okay? Then Kathy closes the door. Then Chuck said, Rufus, what just happened? Then Rufus said, I'll tell you. She just almost got a shot right here in this room. Then Kathy says, you got nerve, almost got you shot. When you sneaking in and out of hotels with him, ain't no telling what I got. Chuck says, and what do you mean by that? Kathy looks at him and says, figure it out. He says, ooh, Rufus, she don't know me. I will cut this right now. Whoa. Come on and try it, God, just try it. Let me at him. Come on. James, just try it, mother. Rufus, let me go. To God, try it. Come on. Try. Come on. Calm the down. Rufus says, Chuck, we'll talk about it later. Then Kathy says, this is sad. Then Rufus says, well, it is what it is. Kathy, we might as well talk about it and try to get some understanding. She said, understand this? I doubt it. They're talking loud while the phone's ringing, study ringing, but no one answers. It just ignores. Rufus screamed, I said, calm down. You're both acting like fools. A wife pastor and a deacon. Now how would that look in the news? Kathy says, a wife and a pastor looks good on the news. Then looks at Chuck and says, but a pastor and a deacon, Rufus, you don't want me to answer you. And then Chuck yells, who do you think you are? I've got a right to love whoever I please. Then Kathy says, if you don't get your nail out of my house, cause ho, this whoever belongs to me. And then Rufus says, nobody's going nowhere until we figure this out. We'll all just be right here. And then Kathy and Chuck won't stop staring at each other. Kathy snurs her nose up at him. Chuck rolls his eyes at her. And then the phone rings again. But this time Kathy walks over and answers it. Says, hello, Long's residence. Kathy, this is Gwendolyn, can you talk? Kathy says, I'm in the middle of something, not now. Gwendolyn says, girl, this can't wait. Please get somewhere quick to yourself right now. Then Kathy says, hurry up, I'm listening, shoot. Gwen says, okay, I'll make it quick, girl. Remember the policeman you introduced me to? She says, yeah, what about him? Anyway, girl, tight until this morning, everything went wrong. Chuck looks at Rufus and says, what the hell? He says, I don't know. She says, I'm on the phone. She says, go ahead, Gwen. Gwen says, well, it all started at this club that I was at last night. Girl, me and James sitting in back in VIP, everything was so right. Go on. Well, me and James sitting there laughing and drinking. Next thing you know, here comes Sylvester up in there with some old crusty wig wearing. Oh, Kathy looks at the wig on the floor. She says, girl, what's the name of that club? Gwen say Page. She flops down on the bed like, what? Then Kathy says, Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn says, girl, I'm not finished. Then she starts telling her about the policeman's wife, Bridget, who was getting down with this midget. Then Kathy says, Gwendolyn, girl, listen. But Gwendolyn's going on and on. Steady trying to get her attention, but Gwen steady going on and on and on. Then Rufus screamed, Kathy, are we gonna finish this conversation or what? Then Kathy says, Rufus, I'm on the phone. Then Rufus says, I don't give a. Then Kathy says, Gwendolyn, shut up, girl. Just listen to me. You know that crusty wig Gwen was talking about. Gwen says, uh-huh. Kathy says, well. Gwen says, well, what? Kathy says, girl. Gwen says, Kathy. Kathy says, Gwen, I'm sorry, girl, but that was me.
But how did you not know that, though, if you seen?
Sylvester and Twan gets in the car. Sylvester says, man, first of all, straighten your hat. Now, man, I'm about to go holler at somebody, and I'ma need you to watch my back. Then Twan says, man, you ain't even gotta worry about me. Bruh, I'm straight. Sylvester says, yeah, you straight eyed with your hot head nigga, just like when you caught that case. Twan says, oh, here we go, you bringing that up. That wasn't but a misdemeanor. Sylvester says, misdemeanor, my did 3 years. If that was because of Roxanne and that Tina. Man, your sister asked me about a Tina. Twan say when I see her, I'm a killer. What did Gwen ask you? She asked me if I knew her. I said she sound familiar. Sylvester says, hold up, man, what you doing? And then Twan says, man, what you mean? Then Sylvester says, man, is that a cigarette? Twan says, man, no, this some weed. Sylvester pulled over saying, oh, hell no. What the you forget where we are? Twan say one for the road. Sylvester say you crazier than a fish with titties. If you think I'ma let you smoke that up in my car, now throw that out. Twan looks at Sylvester like he ain't trying to hit that. Sylvester says, throw that out. Twan looks around and says, throws it out. They pull off and Sylvester says, now this Roxanne and Tina, man, what's that all about? Now while they talk about that, let's head on over to Rosie, the nosy neighbor's house. She's peeking out her window saying there's something going on over there with Bernadine and Ted. Then her husband turns over and says, woman, what's wrong with you? Bring your old nose back to bed. She says, now Randolph, I don't like that tone you taking with me. He says, oh, shut up, woman, you always in folk and get them folk they privacy. And Rosie says, I can look out my goddamn window whenever I want. Randolph say, yeah, well, what you looking at? What you looking at? Now Rosie and Randolph are arguing, screaming at each other loud as they can. Rosie says, Randolph, ain't nobody studying you, so go on back to sleep with your old grumpy ass. Randolph said, shut your up, woman. Folk gotta get some sleep around here. Then Rosie said, sleep. Mister can't get it up, yo tired. Been asleep for the last 5 years. Now watch your mouth, woman. Go to hell, Randolph. Don't you don't tell me what to do. Nobody I'm a grown woman. I could do whatever the hell I wanna do. We'll do it then. I'ma do it then. Do it then. I'ma do it then. Go on, look. I'm on look. And I hope a pigeon fly by here and your face. Oh Lord, forgive me for what I just said. This woman got me going on. If it do, then I'm gonna wipe the shit on you. Now meanwhile, back to Sylvester and Twan. They're driving along when Twan says, so man, where we going? Sylvester says, man, don't worry about that. Just be on the lookout. And Twan, your hat or my bag, give me a light. Now when we pull up, you keep the car and driving, whatever you do, keep on watching. Man, like I said before, don't trip, bro, go handle your business. Well, I'm about to see if I can get this to talk to me. We made a deal and she owed me some money. Man, I feel you, G, so call me if you need me. Man, everything should go smooth. Sylvester, don't make me have to come up in there and smack me a couple of... Time goes by. It's 30 minutes later. Time goes by. 45 minutes later. Time goes by. And now 1 hour later. A car pulls up to a restaurant. The door opens and someone gets out. First thing you see is some heels and a dress, black shades on, scarf around her head and mouth. Who could it be? Why are they here? Up the stairs they're going. Through the door, down the aisle like she's walking in slow motion. Checking out the place as she walks, looking real cool. Peeping out through her glasses before she sits in the booth. She goes in her purse, pull a cigarette out, puts it in her mouth, he lights it. Then she blows smoke, paused for a minute and says, what the happened? First of all, woman, keep your voice down. I ain't trying to get loud up in here. Second of all, how was I supposed to know that your husband was a queer? The waitress walks by. She says, I'll be with y'all in a minute. Now we made a deal. The plan was for me to come home with you. Girl, I did my part. So don't you go asking me what the hell happened when I didn't want to do this from the start. And then she said, yeah, right, you didn't want to do this, but your ass got paid. And then she said, Sylvester, I said, hold up, you crazy, don't be saying my name. She said, whatever, how come you didn't tell me you was married to Gwen? First of all, between the fake wigs and fake names, how the hell am I supposed to know that Gwen is your friend? Up here comes the waitress again. Sorry I kept y'all waiting. Childless place is busy. It's always crowded about this time. Can I start y'all off with something to drink? I said I'll just have a coffee with 2 sugars, light on the cream. And she said vodka straight up. Need a drink. Then the waitress said, girl, I heard that. I'll be right back with your drinks. And then she walks away. I look back at her and says, she looked familiar to me. And she says, what? I say nothing. It's just a thought. Anyway, girl, I thought the plan was for me to be in that house with you and get caught. She says it was. I said, what? How? She said, I changed my mind. I blew smoke, then I put my cigar out. Said, I'm out this motherfucker. You wasting my time. She says, wait, don't go. Well, then got talk to me. She says you wouldn't understand. Try me, Kathy. Yes. Try me. She blows her nose and says, well, it all started one night when I was sitting in the living room. And sounds like I could hear somebody in the bedroom moaning and groaning. And I knew it wasn't me, so my curiosity led me to believe that he was cheating on me. Well, how come you just didn't ask him? Give him the benefit of the doubt. Because a woman knows, a woman just knows when some foul. And then I said, calm down. Here comes the waitress. Ooh, like I said, it's busy around this time, but thank y'all for being patient. Said, can I get y'all anything else? I said, no. That'll be all. Then Kathy says, Sylvester, he says, hold on, cause he's getting another phone call. Is Twan saying everything alright? Then Sylvester says, we working it out. And Twan says, well, call me if you need me, dog. You know I'm holding you down. And I said, no doubt. I hang up, then Kathy says, well, anyway, let me get back to telling you what went wrong. Where was I? Oh yeah, the day I heard them arguing on the phone. Now the story goes on, and she telling him everything that happened. While Twan's outside in the car, radio on, bobbing his head, just rapping. Sylvester said, girl, are you saying he was having sex with another man on the phone? She says, yes. I say, I can't talk about this. She says, why? I say, cause this is getting uncomfortable. Now back to Twan, he turns the radio down cause he gets a call. He says, yeah, what up? And the voice says, yo, T, I got that information on Tina. He says, talk to me, dawg. Well, the word out on the street is the stop horn, doing hair out of mama's basement and got a job. Haha, it's right, the day that stop horn is the day they stop selling dogs. You feel me, Joe? Word. Where the work at a candy store. Now the job that she got supposed to be legit. I heard your girl off on some old waitress shit. Here, waitress where? Hold on, I'm waiting on my people to hit me. Roxanne auntie on the place. Me, where this place at? He says, hold up, I'm getting a phone call. Now meanwhile, Sylvester's asking Kathy, well, why you still love him? Then Kathy says, cause when I saw Chuck, I just couldn't lose him to him. And then the waitress comes again, but this time she brings the bill. He slides her 50, says, keep the change, she says, thanks. Shit, y'all keep it real. And meanwhile, outside in the car, Twan's getting impatient. His homie comes back to the phone. Twan says, do I look like In Vogue? He says, why? He says, the way you got me holding on. I got your dog, I got where the work, live, information and all. Yeah, I'm listening. Well, nigga, first of all, you gotta kick me down cause I went through a lot of crazy shit to find her. Yeah, whatever, I got you. Moved in with some in the Jeffrey Manners. Round the corner, it's a place called Shay Shay's Diner. You forget I just did 3 years. I need the exact address to where this place is. My bad, you right, kid. 9501, that's right off Halstead. Pause it right there. Now shoot back into the restaurant real quick. Sylvester looks up at the waitress and says, excuse me, but it seems like I know ya. And at the same time, Twan's in the car going, man, this address sounds familiar. Meanwhile, in the restaurant, the waitress blows a bubble and says, where you know me from? Twan's homie gives him the name of the place again. He looks up at the sign and says, what the f? I'm back in the restaurant, Kathy's nudging me under the table going Sylvester. Sylvester looks at the name tag on her shirt and notices that says Tina. Then the waitress starts backing up with this confused look on her face. While Twan's outside on the phone telling his homie, man, I'm right outside of the place. Then Sylvester says, hold up, I just want to talk to you for a minute. Then she starts screaming Roxanne's name real loud. This bitch running from the back with a skillet. Then Tina breaks a beer bottle on the table and says, I will cut you with this glass. Kathy walks by me going out the door saying, not trying to get loud and hear my ass. Start walking around Sylvester real slow saying, we take Bible classes. Then Twan runs up in a place and says, I will kill both of y'all knuckleheads.
I'm confused. Like, what happened between that dude and the two women that work at the restaurant? What happened? Is they the reason he got locked up?
Well, if it ain't Laverne and Shirley. Tina says, hey, Twan. Twan says, don't hate Twan me. Sylvester says, calm down, T. He says, that I just did 3 years for these. And said, who you calling a? He says, you lost control and said, mother, I kill your. What? Wait a minute, with a skillet. Damn right, I will some motherfucker get her T. Stop. Wait a minute, nigga, think about it. 3 years, this time will be worse. Now come here. Sylvester takes Twan to the side. Tina tells Roxanne to calm down. Then Sylvester says to Twan, look, now I know you're mad, but before you go around here making threats, let's not forget the fact that you're out, but you're still on house arrest. Then Twan says, cool, man, I just want to ask him some questions about what happened. Sylvester said, I feel you, but calm down, or nigga, you going back in. Twan says, I got you, house arrest. I got you, T. Chill. Then Twan walks over to them and says, how you doing, ladies? Tina, Roxanne, please excuse me. I mean, where's my manners? Cause, that was very rude of me, Twan. No, I admit the way I came up in here, man, it was kinda wild. But that ain't compared to the way things gon' go. Please don't tell me what went down. Oh, you roll, calm down, nigga, stop this. Sylvester, that all because of these got sent up on a 3-year bid. What you gonna do? Kill these? And then what? Life. They'll lock your up and throw away the key. Then Twan starts thinking about it while Tina and Roxanne's watching him and forget about it. He says no. I said, well, let me talk to them. They say, man, you can't trust them. It ain't about me trusting them. It's about you trusting me right now. What's wrong with you? Are you crazy? You forgot I did 5 years in the pen myself. Now I'm telling you I'm not going back for you, these and no motherfucking body else. So let me talk to him. I got this. Sylvester takes out his gun and shows it to the ladies, walks up to him and says, now ladies. He takes the cigarette out of Roxanne's ear and says, ladies. He walks over to the counter and sits down. He puts the gun on the counter, goes into his pocket and pulls a cigarette lighter out. And then he lights the cigarette, blows smoke, and then says, now ladies, it's very obvious that we have a problem here. A lot of questions unanswered. Let's answer them so we can get out of here. Safe that is. He flicks ashes and says, okay, which one of y'all gonna start talking first? Then Tina started crying, saying it was supposed to be a simple operation. And Roxanne said if we delivered Muscle Man here, said it would be a vacation. Twan says, man, I'll show you a vacation. Send y'all straight to the moon. Twan, what did I tell you? Ladies, continue. Then Roxanne said on the way to Atlanta, everything was going smooth. Up until Twan started smoking trees and acting like a fool. And that's real. Got the radio loud, bumping Mary Jane, just swerving and Did you tell him to stop? Yeah, I told him to stop, but he just kept yelling out, talking about I'm Rick James. Sylvester looks at Twan. Twan says, man, I was drunk. Sylvester said, drunk? You was drunk? Twan said, man, I don't know, I was just trying to have a little fun. With a whole lot of heat in the trunk. Man, I'm disgusted. Wonder your got busted. Then Twan says, man, whose side are you on anyway? There's then Sylvester said, well, let's see. Reckless endangerment, loud music with drugs in the trunk. Yeah, Twan said, man, this is some bull. Roxanne says, can I finish? Please. Sylvester says, she says, well, to make a long story short, Tina says, Roxanne, girl, let me explain. See, Twan was kinda acting wild and calling us all out of our names. Then Roxanne starts cursing and screaming. Meanwhile, I'm in the backseat, and all I know is I look behind me. I say, oh, here comes the police. Roxanne said, next thing you know, Twan started speeding, yelling out, they ain't gonna stop us. Tina says a few minutes later, here come these squad cars and a helicopter. Sylvester said, did he stop then? Tina says, no. Roxanne says, but luckily that raggedy car he was driving stopped on us. Or be who knows. Then Roxanne says, anyway, here we are, the three stooges laid out in the dirt. Now they putting us in the back of the car, Twan yelling out, whatever y'all do, don't say a word. And now we at the police station. They got us separated off up in these rooms, yelling all in our ears, saying your man Twan said these drugs belong to you. And I'm like, what the say, sister, your light is looking kinda dim. I looked up at Tina and said, girl, I'm not going down, not for him. So there you have it, Twan, I gave you up. It was me. Tina, she protected you. Twan say protected me for what? Tina say, cause at the time I was pregnant by you, T. I see. Sylvester looks up at Twan and says, congratulations, man, it looks like you done went and had yourself a little tea. Twan says, no, 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 this girl is tripping, G. Tina says, tripping. Roxanne says, then Twan says, girl, with your line, tell me, how do you know that that baby belonged to me? Then out of nowhere, Tina's eyes start blinking real fast and she says to Twan, how do I know, Twan? Sylvester says, are you okay? How do I know? Then Roxanne says, girl, I told you his was gonna deny it when he saw you. Let's go. Sylvester says, wait a minute. Twan says, bye. Sylvester says, Twan, see you. They both paused, turned around. Tina looked at Twan and says, in court, motherfucker wouldn't wanna be a. Sylvester says, Twan, ladies, please, wait a minute, don't go yet. Twan said, they need to learn some respect. I say, Twan, he says, holla. Roxanne say, she gon' holler at that child support check. Sylvester say, ain't nobody going nowhere. Now y'all resolved it so we could put in the past. Roxanne say, cool, we'll talk to you, but we ain't got say to his old Shrek looking. Hey man, who this fever blister looking think she talking to? T. She says, you mother baby, calm down. Roxanne says, what you gonna do? Tina starts to blink her eye again, but this time even faster than before. And then she cries out real loud and says, I can't take this no more. Then Sylvester asks Roxanne, what's wrong with your girl's eye? It's like it keep flinching. She said a year ago a pimp hit her in her eye, and ever since then she's got this nervous condition. Then Twan develops a soft spot and says, Sylvester, come here, let me holler. Twan pulls him to the side and says, man, what do you think? He says, what you mean? He says, am I that baby's father? Then Sylvester says, I don't know, it's hard to tell, especially when you was in the pen. But it's one thing I do believe, and that is that the didn't turn you in. Then Twan stopped walking around saying, man, I don't know, I'm feeling kinda strange. Then Sylvester says, Gwen told me, dog, that you was thinking about making a change. Roxanne yell out, I gotta lock this place up, and y'all two got to go. Sylvester say, what time do this place close? She says, 80 points his gun and says, well, act like it's 3:45. Then he says, talk to the girl, Twan, it might be what you need. Twan says, a family man, me, man, I'm too deep in these streets. Sylvester said, man, that's exactly my point. This will settle you down. You need to get up off of that bullshit and go holler at that girl right now. Roxanne looking crazy, I'm like, go. Twan say, Sylvester, man, I'm like, go. Then Roxanne moves closer to Tina. Twan give me 5 and then says, f it, yo. Then he steps to Tina and says, Tina, you wanna work this out? And Roxanne tongue kiss Tina dead in her mouth and says to Twan, I'm f***ing her now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, bro, Lord, that's what I'm talking about. Shoot 'em. Man, well, let me. Y'all lucky I like that kind of. Well, I'll be in a shot both of y'all. Come on, Twan, let's get the fuck up out of here. What, you just gonna let him get away with this? What, kissing? Come on. Bring it. I'ma go buy me a gun. And I'ma come back here and set this motherfucker off. Yeah. Believe that. Bring your ass up. Give me my mother coat.
He said, "You
man,
better
I can't believe
these
all the shit I done went through. And Tina's ass man kissing that bitch. Ooh, calm down, that's just what your ass get. Didn't I tell you not to go with these tricks? Oh, but you the one told me to holler at her. All I was trying to do is make it better, you know, stop the violence. But who would ever thought the bitch was dyking? Oh, I'm glad to know that you having a good time and think this shit is funny. Bullshit to the side, nigga, you better start talking to me about how to get this money. But Juan is still cursing and talking loud. Sylvester say it's Gwen, man, calm your voice down. Hello, staticking, Gwendolyn, phone is staticking. Baby, we getting a bad connection. The phone's still staticking. Then Gwen says, can you hear me now? No. Can you hear me now? Babe, can you hear me now? Okay, I got you good. Nah, Sylvester, where you at? I'm waiting on you. Baby, I'm on my way home to you. Movies or no, maybe something came up and I got something else to do. Well, Myrna called. What did mama want? Same old thing, just talking about Dale. What daddy done this time? Drinking and cursing people out, she put his in jail. Daddy be tripping, he think he big pimpin'. When Myrna say he touch her, he gon' be limping. You know your peoples on the west side be trippin'. I'll see you in a minute. Boy, hurry up, I'm cooking. Meanwhile at the church, Rufus is getting his praise on with the Reverend Mosley, James Evans, and the Peace Within choir. All they dancing, all they shouting. So many people being broken. You gotta see the rest for yourself. The doors to the church is open. He will work it out. God will work it out. Saints, don't get the offering. In the second offering. Didn't he work it out? Didn't he work it out? Didn't he work it out? God will. All my rent is due. Baby need a pass shoe. I turned it all over to Jesus. Good God Almighty. How many of y'all know that he worked it out? Yeah. Why help me? Hey, he done already did it. Hallelujah.
Look at Rufus.
Rufus goes to his office and answers his phone. Put his hand over the speaker, told his assistant, I need to be alone. He watches her as she leaves the room. The church is open. Pimp Lucious, come on down. She closed the door. And then he says, Chuck. Then Chuck says, Rufus. And then they talk at the same time. Then Rufus says, Chuck, you go first. Rufus, I've been trying to get in touch with you. I'm blowing up your phone. Then Rufus says, I had a lot of things to do around the church. Chuck, tell me what's wrong. What's wrong? What's wrong? I'll tell you what's wrong. Rufus, I'm missing you. Chuck, calm down. I miss you too. How come you haven't called me? All because I've been busy. Oh, that is a lie. Chuck, I'm telling the truth. Rufus, that is not the real excuse. It's her. Chuck, wait a minute. It's her, ain't it? Chuck, listen to me. Now you know and I know that Kathy is my wife. I mean, you knew that I have another life. Yeah, that's true, sure I knew. And we vowed to keep it between us two. All of the hotels and things we do. How we told each other I love you. And you told me I was your dream come true. And now you're throwing your wife in my face. Wasn't saying that shit when I was you not on the phone. Walks in to let Rufus know she's back. Rufus paused for a minute and then says, Chuck, I'll call you back. He hangs up and then Kathy says, baby, who were you talking to? He didn't know he pushed speakerphone. Chuck cries out, Rufus, I need you. Kathy starts snapping, then Chuck starts snapping. Then Rufus tries to calm him down. Kathy choking the phone and throwing it around. Then Rufus says, Kathy, go. She says, oh, you're putting me out your office. All the we just went through, Rufus. Kathy, go back in church, I got this. Kathy leaves out, Rufus gets right back on the phone and says, Chuck, let me come see you. Chuck screams no. Then Rufus says, we gotta talk. Chuck says, Rufus, don't let me go.
Oh, no.
He cries, but Rufus, he ain't feeling it. But Chuck is steady. But he ain't feeling it. He's coughing, cursing, screaming, crying. Then Rufus says, Chuck, this is gonna be hard. But I love my wife. Rufus. Besides, I'm a man of God. Rufus. Chuck says, Rufus, I'm not gonna accept that. I'm going straight to the news. Then Rufus says, Chuck, slow down. You don't know what you're saying. You're confused. Rufus says, let me come see you. Chuck says, no. Rufus says, why? Cause I'm in the hospital.
In the hospital.
Pimp Lucious, you have been on my heart. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, Lord. And I looked at you and got a word from God. Now, Pimp Lucious, God is telling me you don't want to pimp no more. Yeah. He's saying to me, he's saying, you want to stop pimping all these hoes, man, and turn your life around. Just turn it around, Lucious. Now, if you want it, yeah, God will do it for you. Yeah. Yes, he will. Yeah. Come on, choir, help me sing it. Come on. You can do it, Pimp Lucious. Just stop pimping. Stop pimping, Lucious. You can do it, Lucious. Just cut it loose. Let it go. You can do it, Pimp Lucious. I believe. Oh, I believe. Now y'all just come on stage and give Pimp Lucious a hand as he leaves the stage. Come on, show him some of that godly love. Young Bishop Craig says, Pimp Lucious, are you seriously about to stop pimping and give your life to God? Pimp Lucious stopped dead in his tracks and looked at young Bishop Craig and said, shh. Now just shh. Then Pimp Lucious says, I ain't gonna ever stop pimping. Pimping for life. I'm just here with a cousin. Church. Now the only thing a pimp done caught off up in here is the whole Migos. Now come on, Bishop Craig, let's go get this money. Oops. God don't do it for you, Pimp Lucious. You just wait.
I gotta get me a water.
Rosie's in the den, sitting in her rocking chair, reading the Bible, and it's so peaceful until he got the package, Rosie. He got the package, secret sweet britches. He done got the package. Lord have mercy, Randolph Weston got into you. And who got the package and what is the package? The package, Rosie. The big package. Oh, I ain't got time to be playing with you. What do you mean? Games that can on if I want to play some games. Talk to him, turn on the TV and watch me some Wheel of Fortune. How the tell you if you're walking away from me?
I ain't gonna tell you nothing. You must not want to know about the pastor. What about the pastor? What? Did you hear that? Did somebody around here say something? I thought I heard that. Just quit playing and tell me what's going on with the pastor. Well, now you want to know.
The nosy neighbor.
I tell you, this way better than peeking out the windows you be peeking out of. Ain't no pigeon gonna shit on you listening to me. Randolph! Okay. Let me calm down. Ooh, son. I'm gonna slap you with this hot water bag if you don't start talking to me. All right. I'm gonna talk to you. And I'm gonna tell it all. I was at church in the pastor's office cleaning up, and next thing you know, I was minding my business. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yeah. Yes, Lord.
In the church.
What?
I can't talk to you about that right now, Sister Marie. I got a phone call.
She think Randolph. And that's when I got my old ass in that closet. Now quit cussing. Now just shut your ass up. Listen, Rosie. You say you want to know. Then I got in that closet and it all started to happen. The pastor came in. He was on the phone talking to a man. What's wrong with being on the phone talking to a man? Well, it all depends on what you saying to that man. Not to make a long story short, he said, Rufus, I miss you. And I couldn't believe my ears when he said, I miss you too. And then his wife comes in, starts pitching. I normally don't like being in folk business, but Randolph, this is some juicy shit. What else? Anyway, they arguing back and forth. Pastor Rufus started trying to convince this man to let him come see him, but obviously he said no. What else? Now calm down. Wait a minute, let me think. He asked the pastor to stay in his life, but then the pastor said no. God must be working on him. Then what? Pastor say, Chuck, let's meet at our spot, the Holiday Inn, and then that's when what? Took another shot of that gin. Ooh, Randolph, this is getting good. But what make you say got the package though? When Chuck let him know what? That he's in the hospital.
But why is he in the hospital?
He got the package.
Didn't I tell you?
He got the package. Randolph, you was right.
Next time you listen to me when I'm trying to tell you something.
Oh my God, where's my phone book?
What do you need a phone book for? Now don't go tell everybody around town, Rosie. What's your big mouth? Should've never told us. What? Shit. Sleepy.
Dude got all the teeth.
Sylvester goes home cause he had to change into something more comfortable like another suit. Then he gets back in the car and Twan looks at him and says, man, where's mine at? Sylvester says, where's your what? Twan says, my suit. Sylvester says, nigga, what make you think you could fit a suit like this? Man, I'm slim. You be looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger in my shit. Just stick to the jogging suits and Timbs and leave the suits to me. Yeah, whatever you say, brother-in-law. Trying to listen. Cause where we about to go, I'm gonna need your full undivided attention. I'm listening. Sylvester starts reminding Twan of his past in situations like this when he lost his head. And then he looked at Twan and said, now when we get there, it'll be a whole lot of fine in there with drinks in their glass and their hands in the air. But don't get caught up, just keep focusing on me. Then we'll go downstairs, it'll be a hallway with a couple of pit bulls and armed security up the ass. Some old movies, this ain't TV, you fuck this up and our ass is grass. You feel me? Yeah, I feel you. We'll make sure you do. Now, there'll be a room. We'll go in it. It'll be about 6 or 7 gentlemen there. Then I'll search and take my gun. Say nothing, just sit down in the chair. Man, wouldn't it be better if I stand? Nah, because they don't like it when you stand. Antoine, whatever you do, don't stare. How you doing, Sylvester? What up, Joey? Don't say my name. Who's your new friend? I'm not a friend, I'm his brother-in-law. He's my brother-in-law. Brother-in-law, is he? Well, he smells like a copper to me. A what? Me too, boss. Man. T. Grass. That ring any kind of bells to you? Now, Joy, the only reason I'm here is to discuss business with you. Yeah, well, I ain't discussing no business, especially with Mr. LL Fool J sitting here. I don't like him. T. Joey. Sylvester, I'm not about to sit here and take this from the blob, father. Now, watch your mouth, you mooly. Now, Joy, that's enough. Yeah, you're right. Fellas, escort these gentlemen the up out of here. Let's go. Now, wait a minute. Joy, how long have you known me? Obviously not long enough. Get him out of here. Wait. Well, how long have you known my father? 6 years protecting each other in jail. But you're nothing like Odell. Huge young guys. You f***ing kill me, fellas. All right. Tron, wait outside for a minute. Sylvester, I'm not about to leave you up in here with... I said wait outside for a minute. Remember, I got this, nigga. I be listening from the outside. Yeah, whatever. Mama said knock you out. Fuck. What, you was running around with hot heads now? Joey, I think you need to lay off of the pasta. It's getting to your attitude. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so let's make it quick. What do we got here? Thursday, 12 o'clock, midnight, a train comes in from Indiana. Yeah, so what about it? Well, here's the deal. While Sylvester's talking, Twan sits outside and falls to sleep. Yeah, well, what kind of money are we talking here? Joy, I'm telling you, you could own a whole pasta factory.
G-Boss, imagine that. Your own pot. Sorry.
Now all you have to do is... You shitting me? I'm telling you this shit is real. Hold on. Jesus, fellas. It's just a phone. I got a phone call. Hold on. It's Gwendolyn on the phone saying, Sylvester, what's wrong? You left out and didn't even eat. While Twan's in the hallway, me mugging and sizing up the security. Sylvester says, can't talk now. Put the food in the refrigerator. I'll get to it later. Joey says, hurry it up. He hangs up and asks for a pen and paper. Twan turns the chair around and sits down, puts his hand up and says, Security looks at Twan like he gon' shoot him. Twan yells out, arm wrestle. Security looks at Twan like it sounds tempting, but he hesitates. Sylvester's telling Joy if everything goes smooth, this is what we'll make. And now Joy's checking out the piece of paper. Sylvester check his watch, then looks up at his goon. Security outside laughing at Twan, cause it looks like he's about to lose. Then Joy looks at Sylvester and says, what is this, a joke? He pulls a gun out and says, yes, but I'm the only one laughing. Nigga, don't get your ass moved. Twan's straining and looking at his watch cause he know his time is up. He breaks the table, takes the gun and pointed at the guards and says, what? Sylvester says, guns on the floor. Then Twan says, guns on the floor. Then Sylvester says, safe, open it up. Twan says, shut them punk dogs up. Sylvester says, get on the floor. Joy, don't make me have to ask you again. Open up the mother safe. Joy says, forget about it. Twan says, I'm about to shoot me a mother today. Joy gon' start getting up off the floor. Sylvester says, Joy, don't make me do this. And then the strangest thing happens. They start moving in on them. Getting closer and closer and closer. They start moving in on them. They're getting closer and closer and closer. They start moving in on them. They're getting closer and closer and closer. They start moving in on them. Shoot me a today. I'm gonna shoot me a mother today. He was dreaming.
I was about to say, I ain't get that.
Up. Sylvester, your man's gonna be alright. Yeah, Joey, he'll be alright. What's wrong with you?
Man, I had a dream that all these
Yeah, more like a nightmare. Puffin' stuff, I'll show you a nightmare. Twan, we did good. Let's go. What are you, a wise guy? I'm just breaking your balls. Yeah, he's just breaking your balls. Joey, Thursday night, Sylvester, tell your lovely wife Gwendolyn I said hello. This guy.
He visually had to think of these characters like, dude, he had to win a Grammy off this.
Hello, Saints, you've reached Odell and Myrna. Leave your name and number. We'll get back to you. And oh yeah, God bless. Randolph, will you shut the up? Myrna, this is Rosie. Call me back, I gotta tell you something about the pastor.
old big mouth woman, I should have never told you that shit.
Randolph, shut up. And now the rumor. Hello, Kathy, Gwendolyn, how you doing, girl? Have you heard anything about this package? What package, girl? Tell me what you're talking about. Rufus, your husband, the package. Overheard that he got the package. Where you hear that from? I ain't trying to say no names, but I heard through the grapevine. Yeah, that's right, the package, Myrna. I can't believe he got the package, Myrna.
She
Rosie,
gossiping.
are you sure about this? Yep. Well, tell me who told you this.
I told her,
Randolph, get off the line.
don't you tell me to get off the line.
Just get off the line. Speak on it. Sylvester, hey baby, what's good? We gotta talk, baby, let me call you back in 10 minutes. No, Sylvester, we gotta talk right now. Okay, what's going on? Have you heard about this package? Now, Gwendolyn, baby, I know what you're thinking. That wasn't a drug deal, that was just... I'm not talking about that kind of package. I'm talking about the pastor. Now listen to me. What? Listen to me. Sylvester, this is Kathy. I'm trying to get in touch with you. When you get a chance, call me back. It's very important. Here's my new number. Gwen, baby, listen, just calm down. I'm on my way. Hello, Sylvester. Kathy, what the going on? And what's
This
up
man
with
on the phone with
here about
every
some
woman.
package? Now just calm down. I'm trying to figure it out myself, but I haven't talked to Ruth.
It affects him, because if he got the package, then that means he got the package.
Yeah, well, you better call me as soon as you hear something else. Chicago Police Department. Hello, this is Gwendolyn for Sergeant James. Hold on. James, you got a Gwendolyn on line too. Hello, James. Gwen, yesterday you said we were through. Yeah, we are. But I think there is something that I ought to tell you. Yeah, what is that? I got a friend named Kathy who slept with Sylvester. Now Kathy got a husband. He's a pastor. Slept with a guy named Chuck. Yeah, what up, Twan? Sylvester, I heard on the radio about this pastor and talking about he got the package. I know. Man, I will bust a calm your ass down. This is a pastor we talking about. And besides, you ain't even got no gun. Now call me back. Dixie's. I said Dixie's. This is Bridget. And I would like to speak to Big Man. Just hold on, honey. What's wrong with her? Big Man. Big Man. Telephone. Well, who is it? Some huzzy. Hello, Big Man. Bridget, is that you? Yes. And I've got something to tell you. What? Well, it's hard to explain. Bridget, talk to me. It's hard to explain. What? Yeah, Bishop Craig, I tell a hoe like this. I don't need you. I let the welfare feed you. You understand what I'm saying? Hold on, pimp, got a phone call. Hello? Hey, who went and where got what? The package. The package. The package. The package. Get on the line, get on the line, get on the line.
get it.
Well, if this hasn't taught you nothing else, it's taught you that everybody's got a closet and their own problems that need solving. Could this be another case? Well, what goes around comes back around, and what goes up must come. Well, y'all heard the saying, y'all get the point. Let me get back to the story, cause these next chapters of Trapped in the Closet is gonna be so crazy. Sylvester and Gwen chilling in the bed watching TV, no drama. Phone rings, he says hello, somebody says Sylvester, he says who is this and how did you get this number? Kathy and Rufus decides to do a little shopping downtown on Michigan. Her phone rings again, she says Rufus, it's those people again. He says hang up, hang up. Now everything seemed to calm down between big man James and Bridget, till Bridget gets a call, someone says we want to talk to you. She says, who is this? Am I gonna be famous? Twan on the corner in the front of the liquor store, talking on his cell phone. Somebody calls, he switch over and says, speak on it. Who? Man, don't be with me. Me, how much am I getting paid? Then Rosie and Randolph gets a call. Then Tina and Roxanne gets a call. Then Joey, Reverend Mosley, Big Man, James, Pimp Lucious. Now they tried and tried and tried and tried, but there was no luck when it came to getting in touch with Chuck. Where are you, Chuck?
Where's Chuck?
You see that dunk? Nigga, that was off the chain. Now that's what I'm talking about. Looks like your boy Twan is about to get paid. Go head on. Tell him, Sylvester, that's furious. Nigga, you see this razor to my head? You better back up, it ain't that serious. Oh, my bad. Now, man, sit down, T, and talk to me. What was that was saying to me about a mysterious phone call? While Twan sits down in a chair and gives Sylvester what he calls the script. Let's take it out to the streets where Pimp Lucious is with his hoe on the strip. Ha, 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 huddle. I say, bit, huddle. Listen to me now. Somebody grab no seal and turn around. Now, Pimp Lucious is at a loss, and somebody gotta pay the cost. One of you coming up shout, and I ain't no dummy. Better have my Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all gonna mess around and make me slap y'all like I did Tina. And I ain't playing. Whoa, somebody better talk to me. Meanwhile, let's go back to the barber shop where the game is over and Twan won, and it looks like he done won a lot. Well, my man, how much is it gonna be? Hold up, Sylvester, you ain't gotta pay for nothing, G. Cause I got you and me, yeah, fools. Now Sylvester and Twan is leaving up out the barbershop, continuing the conversation about the mysterious phone call that they both got. So I'm like, how much am I getting paid? You know what I'm saying? After that, what did they say? Man, they was on some more answer a couple questions about some people. Wait, did they say my name? Man, no. Why? Cause I got the same phone call, some guy. Yeah, it sound kinda like he funny. Yeah, but I don't care as long as I get this money. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you already know. Wait a minute, what? Oh, look at this here. What? Pimp Lucious. You know I gets my pimpin' on. Oh, ain't that you do? Yeah, I be pimpin' all these. Was way back in high school. You knows I get my pimp. Wait. Sylvester, is that you? What up, Lucius? That's Pimp Lucius. Don't get it twisted. Man, he can call you whatever the hell you want. Ain't nobody talking to you, macho man. When you Don Juan knock off, man, I will bust a cap in your mind. You don't want none of this, my. I will kick your face off, hit you in your face with your face. Twan, now back up. Twan, let me holler at you. Ooh. Yeah, that's right, you better tell him. I'm a pimp, never been a wimp. Daddy, are you okay? Don't touch my arm, gonna make me lose my balance. Ooh, Sylvester, man, you started to what? Catch another case. Now what did you promise me? What did you promise me? All right. I was gonna chill. Look like they about to kiss or something. Man, Now, man, never mind that fool. Besides, I'm hungry, let's go get a meal on you. What? You don't want with all the money? Yeah, but I paid for your haircut. Yeah, I'ma call you Donald Trump right now. Yeah, Sylvester, you real funny.
They gave me the virus. I defeat the virus.
And then they start to walk off. But Pimp Lucious calls him back. He says, Sylvester, I need to holler at you if you got a sec. Hold on, Twan. Man, tell that fool to go head on. Man, I said, hold on, Twan. Yeah, hold on, Twan. This won't be long. What's up? You know, me and you go back, chasing these around in high school to doing time in the joint. Lucius, that's Pimp Lucious. That's Sylvester, respect my profession. Man, whatever, just get to the point. All right. I need to borrow a couple of racks. What? Nah, don't worry, I'ma pay you back. On the first. And what's the first? The first chance I get, man, I'm good. Wait a minute, player.
First time
help
I ever
a pimp
heard that.
out. I keep getting the strangest phone calls, and now I think they watching my house. Why don't you ask your mother and father? No, for a couple of days, can you come and stay with them? Man, they don't wanna have nothing to do with me ever since I became a pimp. Man, I don't blame them for that. Twan, I just can't see them acting like that. I mean, them being Christians and all. And besides, that's your mother and father. Man, I think you should give them a call. What? What was that? Did you hear that? Did I hear what? Shh. Yeah, ever since Pimp Lucious went to church and got a word from Reverend Mosley, it's been kinda hard. Cause ever since that day, things ain't been the same. Cause out of nowhere, he gets a scare, and here's the voice of God. You going crazy, man. What? Call him up. Now, Sylvester, you know good well I can't do that. Call him up, Lucius. Wait a minute. Where you going? How you gonna play a pimp? Call him up. Didn't I tell you I was gonna pay your back on the first? Call him up, Lucius. Mr. Incredible. Call him up, Lucius, yeah. Let's get the out of here, man. Daddy. Let me go. Daddy, okay? Let me go.
She
It's
blind.
gonna be all right, Daddy. Now
He's
just
pimping a
stop it.
blind girl. That's
Go get
crazy.
the car. See, Rufus is gonna have to understand that he has a wife and she loves him. Now I vowed on that day that we got married that I would always be there for him. Now it's a big responsibility to be a pastor of a church, I understand. But to be a pastor, you have to practice what you preach and be a responsible man. Now regardless to all the mistakes we made, he's gonna have to make a choice. Now it's me or whatever the he is, or I want a divorce.
Divorce.
Text message. I love you too, honey. Okay, bye. Rufus, Kathy, how you doing? Come on in, have a seat. Can I get you something to drink? No, I'd rather just get right to it. All right. I'll take a water, Doc. One water coming up. Shirley, can you bring a water in? Evian sparkling. Sparkling. Sir, would you like that on ice? Please. Can we get right down to it? That would be nice. No ice, please. Session 1. So you've been having problems in your relationship. I want you to take your time and just elaborate on it. Do you mind if I take this?
No.
Yes. I mean, I mind. Yeah, I know you do. Well, you shouldn't want our business recorded either. What business, Rufus? It seems like everybody already knows. Yeah, and just what everybody are you referring to? Oh, everybody. Everybody. They know about Chuck.
Chuck.
Me and you. Yeah, well, what about Sylvester, huh? And you and him. Do they know about that too? Yeah, I guess they do. Do you mind if I smoke? Go right ahead.
Smoking in the therapy session.
Well, let's do this. Before this all gets out of hand, just talk about your main concerns and what bothers you about this relationship the most. Kathy, you go first. And Rufus, listen and try to understand. Kathy starts telling the doc how in the beginning everything was fine. Then out of nowhere she starts crying and screaming and pouring everything out on the line. And everything he told me, I mean everything I believe. And I just don't understand, Doc, how he could want another man over me. Oh. How do you feel about that, Rufus? Rufus? When I first met Kathy, it was just like meeting heaven. I had just finished school and became a reverend. And everything I needed, she provided. But what happened, Rufus? Then I met Chuck and somehow got misguided. So you went off the road that you were meant to travel. Yes, I did, despite the fact you knew every word in the Bible. Rufus, I'm sorry. Don't look at me, look at Kathy. I'm sorry. You really went and screwed things up, Rufus. Kathy, please, I'm sorry. Well, tell me this, do you love him? Baby, I'm sorry, sorry. Rufus, do you love him? Help me, Lord. Doc, I'm out of here. I've tried. I've done all I can. Yes, 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 yes. That's what, Rufus? I still love that man. Wait a minute, Mrs. Long. I'm gone. Let's work it out. No. Rufus, Mrs. Long. Looks like Rufus and already worked it out. I'm out of here. Kathy passed away. I'll go speak to her. Rufus begins to pray. God, if you can hear me now, please change impossible to somehow. Mrs. Long's wait, I've waited long enough, but your husband's in there in pieces. Yeah, well, I'm tired of picking him up. Oh, you don't want to be like that. Where's this damn elevator? In fact, I don't think you really mean that. Yeah, I don't. And what do you know? I know you're pressing the elevator. Yeah, and we on the first floor. Well, I'll just take the stairs. That would be the basement. Kathy, wait. Now, sometimes we all make mistakes, but that doesn't mean we can't get better. No, don't run away. Now you got a man in there fighting for y'all marriage on his knees. Yeah, well, what am I supposed to do about it when that man hurt me so deep? Yeah, but that's why you both are here, to work it out. Yeah, but what is there to work out when he said he was still in love with that man? Ooh, oh, oh.
What can
I
you
know.
do?
Now listen to me. See, once upon a time I had this couple, and they both were paralyzed by their struggle. And I just couldn't get them to understand the purpose for a woman and man. Side to side, better or for worse, I'm married. Yeah, but what's that got to do with me and Rufus? Everything, Kathy. Cause that same couple broke up 15 years ago, and to this day, they still not happy. Haunted by their past and what if. And I just think you guys got a real chance here. Now meanwhile, Rufus is praying real hard, going in on his knees in the doctor's office, asking God to forgive him for his sins. God help me, I'm so confused, and I just don't know what to do. And you know that I love my wife, but Chuck is so hard to lose. Help! I really, really want to forgive him, but it's the hardest. I know. Help! In all fairness, Kathy, you did have a man in your closet. Help! Look, you can do this. You said if I called on you, you would be there. Now what are you gonna do? This baby, I forgive you.
Ain't no way.
We'll work it out. Yeah. We'll work it out. Oh, we'll work it out. I love you.
Ain't no
I
way.
love you too.
I have a confession to make.
I mean, I really don't know what to say here. What?
Talk about your life,
Huh?
Chuck, your wife Kathy.
What?
You know, talk all about you having an affair
What?
with another man.
Wait a minute, that wasn't the plan.
Did you sleep with Chuck?
Sir, if you want to talk about the church and what it's doing for the community, you talk to me.
But the paper said.
But I am a pastor, and I'm not here to put my family's business out on the streets.
Yeah, that's right, you're a pastor, so why is confession so hard?
It's not. It's just that the only one I need to be confessing to is God.
Sir, will you
This is over.
will you be appearing on the show to
God bless you, and thank you.
You can't do this. Does Chuck have AIDS? Is that what the package is? Sir? Sir, are you gonna answer the question?
Hey. Now we know what the package is.
Rosie and Randolph in the bed, trying to get some sleep. But something's heavy on Randolph's heart, and he can't sleep awake. Did you mean that? Did I mean what? Did you really, really mean that? Did I really, really mean what? That night you said what you said. And what did I say? You know what you said. You the one said it. You call me Mr. Can't Get It Up. Oh, Randolph, I'm not doing this with you tonight. Oh, yes, you are. Oh, no, I'm not. Now, I want to talk about it, Rosie. So just wake your on up. Yeah, I'm gonna wake up, all right. Wake up and take my on in the other room. Yeah, well, I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna follow you. Oh, you're a mess. Yeah. Now I'm a mess. Well, call it what you want, cause tonight I'm gonna get off my chest. Yeah, that's right. Rosie and Randolph then got into an argument again. Now, some of y'all may think they hate each other, but if you ask me, I would say they best friends. If you don't shut the up, oh, you shut the hell up. Folk trying to get some sleep around here. Yeah. Well, ain't nobody gonna get no sleep. Yeah, and why is that? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Cause I got something to show you, Rosie. Yeah, and just what the it is you got to show me. I got something to show you, Rosie. Yeah. All the this, I'm going to bed. But not till I show you, Rosie. Woo. What are you doing? Said I got something for you. Randolph, I know you better not do what I think you about to do. Said I got something for you. I don't want it. And I'm going to show you. I'm not going to look. Here it comes. Lord, I'm about to turn these lights out. No need for that. And why is that? Cause when I take this here out, this whole room gonna go blind. Lord have mercy, you done lost your mind. I got you, didn't I? You ain't get Didn't I get you? No. I got you. Get the dough. I got your hell. Oh, that's right. Who just ringing my bell? Ever since I called Randolph, Mr. Can't Get It Up, he been out of his mind.
Walking around the house
These
grabbing
two.
this stuff. Who does that at 89?
Damn it, I'm 69.
Oh, shut up and wait your turn. You see what I mean? Got something to show me? Well, ain't nobody trying to see that little thing.
Well, first of all, let me tell you about Rosie, and it ain't gonna be much to say. But since we're telling the truth, she jealous of me, and that's 24 hours a day. She calling me Mr. Can't Get It Up. She the one out of her mind. 89, I'm 69, and I can still pump and grind.
Move. Let me get some of
Hey,
this.
no, wait a
Ma'am.
minute, God, you done already had
You're
your
on
turn.
TV. Randolph, I got something to say.
Yeah, playing with
Hello?
fire, now you're about to get burned.
I'll just scoot your butt on
I
over.
ain't school well, you done had your
You're
turn.
on Randolph.
Yeah. Oh, you done messed up.
Randolph,
You done messed up.
security.
What?
You're on TV,
You
guys.
done messed up.
Hello? Randolph, please. Rosie.
I chopped up. You don't believe me?
You.
What?
You.
What? What
Hello?
the hell that gotten into you,
Hello,
Rosie?
Randolph.
Want
Are
some of
you
this?
crazy
Want some of this?
pushing me around
Oh,
like
you want
this?
some of this, don't you? You want some?
I don't know how they film this.
Love and happiness. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. An old buddy of mine, Al Green, said it best. Can I get an amen up in cheer? Now, some of y'all don't know I used to sing background for that man. To God came in and swooped me up off my feet. And well, he could do the same for you. He can make it right. Well, I got something here that'll change your very life. Thank you, God. The Reverend Jane Mosley Ministry presents my book. And it's an excellent read. Telling you it's gonna touch you, yeah. In your heart. The Spirit telling me somebody out there need a brand new start. Amen. And if that's you, then this is it. Trapped in a closet. The book. Now, I don't mean to brag, but it's the Bible. And it's this, hallelujah. Now all you gotta do is, Reverend Mosley starts to preach on about the book and what it takes to get one. Just send in $29.95, and that's a discount. So do it now. And this Trapped in the Closet book is yours. Tina and Roxanne at the restaurant. Roxanne says, Jack Leg preacher, he's so full of shit. Then Tina says, don't say that, girl, he's a preacher. Roxanne says, I know a preacher when I see one. And he ain't no preacher. Tina, it's so much I've got to teach you. Then Tina's eyes start blinking again like it did before. She throws the broom on the floor and says, I can't take this no more. Now Tina, listen to me. No, you listen to me. I'm tired of you telling me what to do. Girl, don't forget who you talking to. Like you running me. That pimp slap must have made you crazy. Roxanne, you are the reason I ain't got a father for my baby. Now, I ain't gonna listen to too much more of this. Now, bitch, you way out of line. No, you way out of time. And just what is that supposed to mean? I'm going to find Twan. I'm so over this scene. See, I appreciate everything that Roxanne did for me when Twan was in prison. But Twan is out now, and it's time for Tina to make her own decisions. Yeah, I slept with Roxanne a couple of times, and I gotta admit it was cool. I needed a job and a place to live, but I'm tired of playing by rules. So anyway, we both got a phone call to come on some TV show to talk about the. At first I said no, but you know what? I think I'm gonna go.
Makes sense.
I don't know who the she thinks she is, if she thinks she could talk to me this way. She got another thing coming. Let me tell you something, she gon' around, make me catch a case. Took her black in, gave her a job, and oh, she wanna forget about the past. Twan, she crazy, she thinks she leaving me for his gorilla body having. Okay.
Gorilla body.
Sylvester, you late? I know Twan and Sylvester in the private garage. Twan says, man, how you like these kicks? Ever since you won that money, can't nobody tell you damn right. Now, Twan, you already know what to do. Man, how many times I gotta tell you? I got you. Man, just be on the lookout. Sylvester, check me out. Oh, right. You got a gun now? Yeah. And I told my I was gonna buy me a piece. Oh, let me check it out. See? Nice. Man, I bust a cap in a mother and the won't even think twice. Yeah, I'm sure you will. Yeah, you know your brother-in-law, he keeps it real. Well, before brother-in-law gets us both killed, I'll be holding the heat till we make the deal and get out of there. Now, Twan, this is serious. Now this motherfucker we're going to meet, this motherfucker is delirious. Now, listen to me and listen good. When we walk in, don't say nothing. Yeah, that's right. These ain't friends like the Italians. They're bust and won't even ask questions. You go first. Okay. Now here it is, I done finally went out and bought myself a gun. And Sylvester take it from me, I'm like, oh man, I can't never have no fun. And then we get into some gangster I'm like, ooh, I'm thinking to myself, if Sylvester hadn't took my piece, I would bust on these fools. Boom, 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 yeah, what y'all wanna do? I was about... Is that your confession? Yeah, that shit ain't cool. See, Twan likes to talk a lot, walk around, brag a lot. I'm always telling him, keep it cool. Get back with Tina, don't be no fool. But you gotta walk a mile in my shoes. Man, the places I've walked, I ain't have no shoes. My brother-in-law gangsters fruit with violence. No real gangsters move in silence. But can I get my silence? Man, this is some bull. Silence. Oh, you just gonna keep on saying silence? And you gotta love this man.
This junk is long.
Always telling somebody to shut up. What's wrong with you? This my mouth. Get the dog. Hey, Pappy. Don't hey, Pappy me. And just kill your ass on back in them streets. Let them in, Randall. Shut your up, Rosie. Now just kill your ass on back to bed. You so god nosy. Well, it's my son, too. Yeah. Well, this ain't got nothing to do with you. And just how the hell you figure that? Nah. I don't want to start nothing between you two. And you just stay out of this. Don't talk to him like that. I could talk to him how the I wanna. Yeah. Now don't mock me, Rosie. Mama. Now you just take your grin on back out on them corners. What? Open the door. Nope. Open the door. Nope. Randolph, open that god. Randolph thinks about it, and then he says, and then he opens the door. Come on in, Lucious. Mama, that's Pimp. Nothing. Nah. What you come around here for? I need a favor. We ain't got no money. Now, Randolph. Yeah. Now just quit acting funny. Being broke ain't funny. Now what's going on, honey? Where? I need to borrow a few racks. In a place to lay my head. Honey, what's racks? You ain't laying that head in none of these beds. Douglas! Don't call me by my nickname. It ain't your nickname. It's your middle name. Now go on, Lucious. Hey, now just calm down and take your time, baby. Lucious starts to explain to his mother how he's been getting the strangest phone calls. And then the doorbell starts to ring again. Randolph's like, what the hell going on? Then Pimp Lucious says, Mama, I'll pay you back the first if you do this. Baby, what's the first chance I get?
Don't tell me you about to go for this shit, Rosie.
Randolph, Rosie, Mama, Lucius, that's Pimp Lucious. Now everybody's screaming, going insane while the doorbell's ringing off the chain.
If he goes straight to Mogo.
Shut up, Randolph, and get the goddamn dough.
Oh. Well, kiss me, Jesus.
Well, who is it?
All of them?
It's in vogue. With a new lead single.
What are you doing? Daddy, we came to shut up. Now, didn't I tell you? Wait in the car. Yes, but no, see, I wanted to shut up. Now, don't utter another goddamn word. You see this fist? Now, whose idea was this? Pigeon gonna on you this time. Big. Didn't I ask you a question? Well, we were all sitting in the car, and it was just taking too long. And then Lucia got worried, and she said to us, let's get out and see what's going on. And that's when... Shut it up! Now just shut your mouth. You can't bull me. No, see my... You can't even see. Get y'all back on in that car. Daddy, let me explain. I can explain. Come on, girl, that ain't gonna work. I got you. Help her! Got her! Come on, bitch. Call my in vogue. Ain't that some shit? Coat. Hands. Hold my cane. All I wanted was to borrow a few racks and a place to lay my head. But Pappy Douglas know he be tripping. He ain't wanted to have nothing to do with me. Yeah. Ever since I dropped out of high school and started pimping, I'm blinging. Oh, I'm the meanest. You'd have thought I was a drug, the way I keep these hoes leaning for me. Shh. Y'all shut the up. This is my confession. Now, what kind of father would put his son out on the streets? Call me a pimp or thug, I'm still his blood. How could he do this to me? Church!
You ain't gotta worry about nothing, bro.
While Sylvester and Twan is walking down the alley, Sylvester is telling him more. And as they get closer, you hear the rap music beating through the door. And then... What the... Bankhead, it's me, yo.
I say what the...
Man, just calm down. Dude, I'm just here to see Bino.
Tell Bino it's Sylvester and some strange looking out here to holler at him. He said bring him in. He said bring him in. He said bring him in.
Bring y'all in. Wait. Don't me. I'll pop your nugget. Get y'all on in there. You've gotten grumpy in your old age. Yeah, whatever. Motherfuckers move. All right, have a cigar. Man, the only thing I'm gonna be smoking around this is you two fools. Antoine and Sylvester, they walk in. And then they make a left. And then a right. And downstairs, and keep straight. Easy, man. Then they make another left, and another left, and another left. Then up the stairs, then up the stairs. Third floor, elevator, elevator.
Come on, mother. That'll tell you out of here. Sylvester's from Beano. Man, what you saying? Whatever, move it, that ass. Get your.
And through some doors, and then next thing you know, Sylvester says, "My man, Beano, what a player."
Don't come in here with that sweet talk. Now just sit y'all down in these chairs.
Beano mean mugs and both and says,
Now who is this mother?
"My brother-in-law, man, he's cool."
Beano, should I pop his nugget? Bankhead. Sylvester, you know the rules.
Yeah, that's my bad, Beano. But after this, we got some place to be. So can we get right down to business? It's all good, baby.
Yeah, better be.
Can he get a water?
Shut up. Talk to me.
Well, I'ma make it quick. There's some real heavy coming out of Miami. And I know some in Atlanta that's gonna move it for me.
Yeah, and just what kind of heavy we talking about here?
Heavy Now, Beano man, let me tell you the lick. Now, Sylvester tries to whisper through it, but it's hard to talk over all the rap music. We can get this money, it's an in and out. Maybe I could buy one of these stallions.
Ain't funny, you think I'm a dummy. I know you're doing deals with the Italians.
Look, Beano man, it ain't nothing. That's funny.
So tell me, how Joey doing? Fucking ratting, spaghetti and meatball eating. Pop me on a Chicago deal, way back.
Now Twan look at Sylvester, Sylvester look at Twan, then they look at Beano and all of his goons. And out of nowhere, Twan stands up and says, man, ain't nobody trying to play you. Then Bankhead says, sit the down before I bobble your head. The Sylvester remembers Twan's gun is in a holster on his leg. Beano screams,
Your mother come up in my establishment and disrespect me. Bankhead, take him out back.
now wait a minute, Twan hits one goon, then he kicks another. Then Sylvester pulls the gun on Beano and says, don't make me shoot you, my brother. Now back up, mother, back up. And Twan takes Bankhead's gun and says, you heard what he said, mother, don't act up. And then Beano says,
Your families, friends, y'all won't live to see the weekend.
Sylvester keeps the gun at Beano's head. They all can't do nothing but stare. They backed up to the door, Twan say let's go. Then they ran the up out of there. Come on, Twan, run. Sylvester, this is the way we go. No, we gotta get to the show. This way.
Them mother better not make it a block. All you motherfuckers gon' get shot. Get them mother. Wait, there they go.
Yeah, Twan Sylvester on the run. Gotta get away from goons with guns tonight. Yeah,
Catch them mother.
diving bullets flying. Beano won't spare life. Oh.
I run, I dodge, I duck, speed up. I run, man, what I dodge, I duck, speed up. I run, I duck, speed up. Oh! Hold up. Wait right here. Man, why we gotta wait right here when these chasing? Sylvester, when these chasing us with all these guns. Come on. I know what I'm doing.
Come on now, motherfucker.
Man, let's just keep running. Oh. Besides, we at the backstage door. Backstage door of what? The backstage door of the show. You me. Now let's go. Sylvester, you mother.
Hurry up, guys, you're late.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Out of the Closet show.
Right now,
Now give it up for your host, Larry.
Thank you. Wow.